Hi everybody, Mario here with PianoMadeEaseZ. So for our first lesson, we're going to learn each note on the keyboard and what its name is. This is important for a lot of reasons. It's important so you'll be able to formulate scales, let's say like your C major scale. And then from scales you'll be able to create chords that are based within the scale, right? And once you know keys and the chords and how to formulate them, the chords and this and that, you'll be able to look at a chord chart on the internet. Let's say you have a song and the chords in the song is A minor, C, I don't know, G, F, or you'll know how to make those chords because I'm going to teach you how to do that. And everything is going to be hyper condensed, so you're going to be able to learn it very, very quickly, right? Again, depending on your speed and all that. But the first thing that we need to know is is what each note is called. So I'm going to teach you that very fast, and this is how you're going to always remember it, okay? You're going to notice that the piano is built in chunks. Now, between my hand from here to here, or actually I'll do it like this, maybe it's going to be easier for you guys to see, you're going to notice that there's a pattern that's created. You're going to see 2 black notes and 3 black notes, right? And a whole bunch of white notes in between. Now, if I go over here and I do the same thing, you're going to notice the same pattern being created, right? 2 black notes, 3 black notes, and all those white notes in between. And if I go over here and do the same thing, you're going to see that same pattern once again. 2 black notes, 3 black notes, and all those white notes in between. Basically, that pattern repeats everywhere on the keyboard. And once you know that pattern once, what all those notes are in that pattern one time, you'll know it everywhere else on the keyboard because it's the same pattern, just in different places. This note over here is C, but it's also C over here, just higher up, and it's also C over here, just lower, and C down here, which I don't think the camera can go that far. There's a C up here as well. But you just have to know them one time, right? What all the notes are in that chunk, and then from there you'll know them everywhere else. So let's just learn them this one time, so you're going to be able to do that. The first note, the first white note, before the 2 black notes, right? Remember I told you there's 2 black notes and 3 black notes. That's how the pattern goes. Well, the first white note before the 2 black notes is C. Okay? Just remember, every time you see 2 black notes on the piano, close together, and you're going to know that the white note, the first white note before those 2 black notes starts is C. And from there, it's very easy to know the rest of the white notes as you go, because it goes in alphabetical order from C to G, and then the alphabet starts over on A. And I'll show you how that works. If this is C, then the next white note is D, right? Because the alphabet's C, D. And the next white note after that is E. Okay? And the next white note after that is F. C, D, E, F. And the next one is G, right? And then the alphabet starts over. It starts over on A, like the beginning of the alphabet, then B, and then C again, right? And when you're hitting C again, you're actually hitting that same note over here when you started C, D, E, F, G. This is also C. It's just C higher up. But it's still C. The note is still called C. So you know where C is anywhere on the piano. You notice those 2 black notes again? That same pattern, those 2 black notes, the note before it is C, right? Like the 2 black notes over here, the note before it is C. So it's the same note, just in different places, right? Those 2 black notes over there together, the note over here is C. Now, let's say if I wanted to find G. Well, I can go C, D, E, F, G, and there's G, right? That's one way of finding it. And eventually you'll know where they are without having to do that because of practice. But at the beginning you want to find the notes pretty quickly. Well, yeah, you can do it that way, but there's an easier way. Well, if you see 2 black notes, you know that C is over here. But if you see 3 black notes together, then you know that F is the one that's before the 3 black notes. So before the 2 black notes, you have your C, the first white note before the 2 black notes. And the first white note before the 3 black notes that are kind of close together, you see the pattern, is F. Okay? So then if you're looking for G, you know that G is right after F in the alphabet. So easier than going C, D, E, F, G. You'll say, okay, I want to find G. Well, okay, F, G. Well, F is here, G. Right? And remember that after G, A, the alphabet starts over again. Instead of, let's say going C, D, E, F, G, H, the alphabet will start over again on A, and then it'll continue A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then A again. Right? So that's one way to find the white notes. Now the black notes, there's another way. The white notes have one name for each note. So you know that this is C, and that is C, this is D, and that is D, right? E, and that's an E up here, right? Because C, D, E, C, D, E, right? They have that one name. But the black notes have a duality. They have two names. Okay? So the way you're gonna know the two names of your black note is the black note is always being kind of squished between two white notes, right? It's always between two, like a sandwich between two white notes. So the way to know your black note is you have to know your two white notes first. So you know that if this is C and this is D, then the black note in between is also C and D. It's both of them, but it's C sharp and D flat. And the way you're going to know which one of them is sharp and which one of them is flat is that if it's to the right of your note, then it's sharp. And if it's to the left of your note, then it's flat. So if you have your D here, this black note is to the left of D when you're going from D to the black note. So it's D flat. But it's also to the right of your C when you're going from C to the black note. So it's also C sharp. So this black note is C sharp and D flat. Okay? Now, you have your C, your D, and here's your E over here, right? So now, we know that this black note over here is to the left of E, okay? But it's also to the right of D. So we know because it's between D and E, we know it's both D and E, but which, is it D sharp, is it D flat, is it E sharp, or is it E flat? Well, it's to the left of E, right? So whenever you go from a white note to the left, well, then that means it's E flat, because you're going to the left. Whenever you move, this way on the piano, you're moving flat. And whenever you move this way on the piano, you're moving sharp, okay? Whenever you're going up the piano, you're moving sharp. And whenever you go down the piano, you're moving flat. So if I go from your from D up to the black note that's right next to it, I get a D sharp. But it's also E flat because it's between E, and to get to it from E, I have to go this way, which is flat. So E to here, it's E flat. So this note is both D sharp and E flat. And it works the same for all the black notes, right? And by the way, they repeat again. Like if it's C sharp and D flat over here, it's also C sharp and D flat over here, right? Because it's the same note. Right? The pattern is there. You see it, the same note. And now let's just take one more note until we go on to our next lesson. So, but I want you to practice. Rewind this and practice this, and alone for a while before you go to the next lesson. I want you to know the names of each note. Try your best to get them all down. And it won't take you that long. A couple of days maybe, if you keep just practicing and doing it. So let's take another note. Let's take this note over here. Okay. Well, we know that F is over here because of the three black notes together, and we know that F is the one that's right before the pattern of the three, right? We know that this is G, and we know that the alphabet starts over again after G on A. So the black note over here is between G and A. So we know that it's to the right of G, and when you move this way, you're going sharp, so it's G sharp. But it's to the left of A, and when you move this way, you're going flat, so it's also A flat. It's G sharp and A flat. Okay? Well, thank you very much, everybody, and I'll see you next course.